Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, where today, I don't remember what we were doing, but we're doing it. Hey Wolfkinson. And my best guess is we were going through Guild Hub High Rank. But I don't rightly recall. I know we've got G Rank gear, but I was clearing out quests to get myself more honey and stuff. Okay, yeah, we've got all but the final quest done here. And that's gonna wait because it's troublesome. I should eat before I go in there so that I don't have to come back out and go eat anyway. Also, fun fact, this stream started like a minute late because I got distracted, and right as it was about to be starting time, I accidentally pressed a key on my keyboard that I do not know what it is that made the emulator run at fast forward speed, which I cannot play this game at that speed. Oh wow, we are really behind on high rank hub quests. I thought for sure we'd at least be done with HR4, but guess not. So I guess we are going to HR4. To hunt a true foe, the Geodrome. Starting to feel like I didn't really need to eat. I found it. Hard quest is hard. Need to remember that my skip scenes button in this game is my touchpad. So that's the only quest you're gonna catch, Wolfkinson? Because, does that even count as a quest? I still love that the kill screen reverts to PSP native resolution. Why can't we order food here? Like, it's a table that only exists for gesturing. Like, you have to wonder, was the dev intent for players doing multiplayer to just stop every single quest and go back to their own offline villages so that they could eat and then log back into the multiplayer hub every single time? It baffles me that that's the way they went. Oh, trying to have brought back some goodies, but seems to have not fared so well. Yeah, just like, imagine Monster Hunter Rise if everyone had to leave the multiplayer hub every single time they wanted to have a meal. Because that's effectively what you had to do here. Oh, did I was not paying enough attention. Well, I'm sure it won't be too much of an issue considering the threat level of what we're up against. I will be a reckless bulldrome hunter with reduced stamina. Wow, that is more reduced than I expected. I could probably get away without a hot drink, honestly. There it is. This thing is not a fan of my cat. This quest did say that we're a reckless bull drum hunter, so I'm gonna not heal. What do you know? Recklessness paid off. And we finished right before the cold took a chunk of our stamina. Kind of weird that you get 3 carves from a bull drum, but only 2 from a Gia drum. I mean, I guess, yeah, bull drum is meatier, but it's not that much bigger. Oh, sticking around for more than 2 quests, Wolfkinson. Now that's time management right there. Yes, Wolfkinson, Kieran is only 2 carves in Freedom Unite. If memory serves, I had gotten to the point where I was only doing honey, mushrooms, and dung checks. Because I wanted more dragon toadstools and more honey. So, Hermitar and Cephadrome are the only hunting quests we have left in HR4. So, am I out of Sonics? I appear to be out of Sonics. That's a problem. That would explain why. So I'll go ahead and not use these if I don't have to. Might have to use 1. Would have to use fewer if this was low rank. Well, there it is. You jerk. It bugs me every single time if you use a Sonic to get a fish out of sand or water. And the first thing it does after flopping around a bit is go right back in. just feels like a wasted Sonic. Still weirds me out that I think every game Cephadrome has been in, it has been positioned at or before the same level as Cuckoo. And like, I mean, I guess at is fine, but there have been games where they've put this thing below Young Cuckoo. And it's like, yes, they've got similar moves, and this one doesn't have as much ranged stuff. It doesn't do the same elemental damage that Cuckoo does. But between the swimming moments, the fact that it is capable of paralyzing, and the fact that it's just so much bigger, I very much hesitate to say that this thing should ever be below Cuckoo. Like, with the moves that they share, Cephadrome is more dangerous than Cuckoo is simply due to its increased size. Like the tailspin. That is a concern. Why do we still have combat mode? Oh. Gendrome. Actually, should I? Nah. Gendrome doesn't give screamers that often. The thing is, I could just blame the positioning relative to Cuckoo on this being Freedom Unite with its just weird ideas of difficulty progression anyway. But I'm pretty sure in 4U, they put Cephadrome before Cuckoo. So, like, yeah, that. I mean, if you're going to ask Freedom Unite what order monsters should be put in, everyone knows Kushala Daora is easier than Rathian. Everyone. I mean, how could you possibly think otherwise? Where did this damn fish go? It swam south. Or, wait, no, that wasn't south. That was west, wasn't it? Okay, I think I know where to go. I was looking at going the direction that it went rather than... Freedom Unite's weird. I should have paintballed the thing. Yep, there's our fish. But yeah, Kushala Daora is easier than Rathian. Kieran is easier than Rathian. Chameleos is easier than Rathian. Lunastra is easier than Rathian. This game's got... Oh, and Rathian is exactly as hard as Rathalos. This game has just weird ideas of where monsters should go. That golf swing wake up is probably the strongest I could have done anyway. Oh, another thing that this game believes is true. 2 Velocidromes are harder than 1 green Plesioth. Not even 2 Velocidromes in the arena, just 2 Velocidromes on 1 map. This game also believes a Kezu that is very small is harder than a Kezu that is normal-sized. It's just entirely baffling what tiers they put certain quests in. I actually have a lot of honey. But hey, never hurts to go get more. Maybe I was working through G-rank stuff after all. I do recall having done a quest with 2 Black Diablos recently, maybe. Well, I failed this one. I do remember failing one. Thought I went back and succeeded, though. Oh well. Wow. I've only done Yamatsukami up here. So, Ukanlos is still not available. Alright, later Wolfkinson, thanks for dropping by. And now I'm going to aim for the jungle crab. It is so interesting coming back to the Freedom Unite version of this map after having experienced the Sunbreak version. Like, it's very recognizable, but the differences do exist. Like, for one, it rains in this version of the map sometimes. Sunbreak has done away with weather in maps, and it kinda saddens me. Damn it, little crab. Good flinch. And them's the brakes. I'm legitimately surprised this thing isn't dead yet. Took enough hits to actually drop me down to white sharp. It could actually be pretty interesting to do a stream or something where I have both this game and Sunbreak open at the same time and just check out the differences in this map between the two. Because, like, I can, at the press of a button, change OBS scenes between console capture or between PSP capture and Sunbreak capture. Like, I could make that happen. So we'd be able to, like, be looking across at the island over there here, then press a button and be looking at that same island on Sunbreak. Like, I'd have to actually move the characters between the two, and small monsters would certainly get problematic. But it would be doable. It could be interesting having direct comparisons. Just exploring the area in both games, seeing how they are similar or different. I might do that at some point. How many... Okay, I've got 53 dragon toadstools. That's a pretty decent number, actually. Can still use more, though. Why am I even going to the kitchen? We only have gathering quests left in HR4. Press the wrong button. Why did I press square? Is there a game that I play where square is the button to interact with the item box? Oh, that's the use item button in every game. Why did I press square? Oh, there's another game I've been playing recently where square is the interact with anything button. Got it. I understand now. Oh, and square is the button we press to interact with things in the farm here. That also does it. In fact, this item box right here, we interact with square. I'm also kind of surprised that they actually give us restocks of the farm stuff for doing these gathering tour quests. There's actually something I need to check. It's not going to matter for a good while, but... Okay, so I've got this popcorn, and I can make the large popcorn. Okay, good. Just needed to make sure I didn't need to be planting yellow seeds. That stupid gun lance will hopefully be helping me get a check mark on an even stupider quest. But not for a long time. that, we should be done with HR4 quests. Which means we can move on to actual hunts again in HR5. Hunts that may even require minor effort. Certainly more than a crab or a geodrome require. Blangonga, Kezu, Gypsaros, double Plesioths, a Rathian, a Plesioth, Iodrome, Shogun Ceanataur, purple Gypsaros, double Shogun Ceanataur, 20 Remobrus, multiple Blangongas, Kirin, select mushrooms, Hypnoc, Lukuku and Rathian, Daimyo and green Plesioth, or a red Kezu and Shogun Ceanataur. So if I'm not mistaken, that means that we have got 3 damn Plesioth quests to do with 4 Plesioths between them. That's not going to be pleasant. But we're going to do this Kirin one, because I have a suspicion that that one cycles in and out. Whenever there's an Elder Dragon present, we should probably do it as soon as we can. Just so that we don't have to fish around for it later. Perfectly synchronized Gia Prey. That looks like a large Kirin. That looks like a very large Kirin. I should not have dodged forward. Yeah, this thing's huge. I don't know if it'll actually be a gold crown in this game, but in Monster Hunter World, this would absolutely be a gold crown. Because the way that you can tell a Kirin is gold large in Monster Hunter World is if you can stand under it and not have your head touch its belly. And this one's definitely tall enough for that. That was me forgetting that you can only dodge forward as you get up. Get out of there, Kieran. Sure is a shame you can't KO this thing in this game. Stand to use one Mega Potion. Took a risk there and it did not pay off. This thing's probably one good hit from getting knocked down again. More blankos. it wasn't one good hit from getting knocked down again. How kind of it to taunt while I was sharpening. This thing was smaller, I might have gotten some hits there. As long as I use fewer than 4 Mega Potions, we'll still be at a positive honey per quest ratio. Don't know why it charged towards the cliff, but okay. There we go. Sure is interesting how with the increased resolution on this emulator, you can see that Kieran's back is not fully modeled. There's no polygons under its mane running down its back. You can see inside the thing. At the original resolution of the PSP, I doubt that would have been at all visible. Okay, it was in fact gold large. I'm honestly not surprised. I'm a little surprised that a gold large can be more than 1.5 meters longer than a silver large. Like, that is about 20% longer than the silver large. And yeah, that's a huge difference. And we got back twice the honey we used. Defense high means we choose a spicy quest. Really? Kieran again, but this time in Battleground? That's... What is Kieran doing in 2 ranks in a row? Like, sure, I get 2 Kieran being in a higher rank. That makes sense. But a quest with a single Kieran? I mean, sure, it's in the Battleground, so you don't have the luxury of being able to zone out, but still. Yeah, guess we're doing Kieran 2 hunts in a row. What's a Kieran doing here? It just feels wrong having a Kieran traipse across lava like this. Is this another massive one? This might be another big one. Yeah, this is another big Kieran. And it gets Fatalis music because we're here. That is entirely stupid. You're a Kieran, not a Fatalis. You may be big, but you're not a Fatalis. Get off of there. I hate that spinning move. I honestly wish if I ran out of stamina while charging, it would just cancel the charge instead of going into that. Nice true health horn. If only I didn't get the flinch, we might have been able to land a golf swing. forget, did Kieran ever show up in the Elder's Recess in World? Or was it only Coral Highlands? Just trying to remember if there's been any other game where Kieran has been in a lava-covered area. If it did show up in the Elder's Recess, though, I have a feeling it probably stuck to the higher reaches and not where the lava is. Kieran, get off that island. I mean, it's not an island, but still, it's somewhere I can't as easily get to. Get out of the lava. Oh yeah, sure. Taunt after that. Jerk. Rude. I don't want to be here. There's nowhere to dodge here. I shouldn't have followed the Kieran here. Is this just hopping from lava to lava, and I've got nowhere to maneuver? Yeah, we're hanging out over here. Here where there's more space than anywhere else on this map. And hopefully the Kieran decides to go for me instead of my cat. Sure would be nice. I know how to make it go for me. Or not. My cat's just gonna freaking sit there. And again, of course, it taunts after that. I want World Kieran back. This Kieran is just pure annoyance. World Kieran, at least there's some back and forth to it, instead of just wait for Pony to decide to stop. Like, its lightning call attacks are more predictable. Back over here, you stupid horse. Good flinch. Let me land the golf swing. May not have landed it on a particularly soft part, but still landed it. And that counts for something. Rude. I can only hope that the quest with 2 Kirans has smaller ponies than these last 2 quests. Not gonna bother doing that quest for a while, though. Not unless it's the only Elder Dragon quest left the next time I get Defender. Hey, Pony, you wanna maybe sit still even once? Like, it's great that you want to keep on prancing around the world, but you gotta let me hit you sometimes. Don't you dare go over there. Get back here, you stupid horse. Of course, it taunted when it was in a place where I literally couldn't even reach it. I mean, of all the places to taunt, that's a good one, but certainly doesn't feel good as a player of this game. Where are you going, you stupid horse? Get back here. Finally. And it is in fact carvable, which is what we always like to see. Even if it's only 2 carves of a high-rank Kieran. Okay, before I choose the next quest, I need to take a quick trip to the restroom, so I will be right back. And I am back. So there are 2 non-large monster quests. But since there are 3 quests involving Green Plesioth, I might as well go for the Green Plesioth and Daimyo Hermitar first. Gonna try and keep the Plesioth spread out so that we don't have back-to-back Plesioth quests. And with this being an epic hunting quest, we are actually encouraged to use Mega Potions. Now, will the Plesioth be in the cave? No, it will not. I just noticed something. The stalactite off to our right, just to the left of our map, does not reach the bottom of the water. It's just floating there. Did I say stalactite? It's a stalagmite. Oh, is the Plesioth just not here yet? Right, epic hunting, it's one monster at a time. Which I guess means the crab is up first. Hopefully we can find it before too long. Found it. Rude. Just in case it leaves. Good flinch, kept me from getting a water blast to the face. One claw down. And crab's almost dead. Crab is dead. So the fish will either spawn in here or in the area just north of here. And it looks like north is it. Yep, there's our fish. Hopefully that cephalos doesn't cause any trouble. Alright, here, fishy fishy. Got a nice tasty frog for you. I know it's your favorite. Whenever you feel like taking it. There we go. Right. Forgot that Sparklies also get replaced with Mega Potions in Epic Hunting quests. So we're going to get 4 Mega Potions from this guy's corpse, which means we can use 4 of them for free. Now if we don't have to use 4, that's totally fine. In fact, it's ideal, but 4 of them are free. Honestly, if this thing just spins forever above my head, that would be ideal. The fewer hip checks we see, the better. Sorry, bud, I don't need your hyperspace tackle. Spin forever, yes. The perfect Plesioth quest is one in which it attempts to spin forever. Thankfully, this Plesioth was in a multi-monster quest, so it had reduced health. Can't wait to be completely out of Plesioth quests, because then I'll never have to fight this thing again in this game. I wouldn't mind it coming back in a game where swimming is back, but this game, nah, not a fan. Any game where you have to fight this fish on land is just, it doesn't feel good. Glad we didn't end up needing to use any Sonics. Let's hunt a Rathian. I don't expect we'll get many chances to flash her, but still helpful to have them on hand. If I'm not mistaken, she starts either over here or on the beach just north of us. Yeah, she starts on the beach then. There she is. Since she can fly, painting her is important. So I bonk her straight in the face, and she decides she wants to go after my cat. Okay. Rude. Nice, got rid of the Thunderbug. High Velocidrome. Thanks, Velocidrome. You're a real pal. Honestly, I should kill the Velocidrome so that I can get a chance at Screamers. There. That wasn't worth it. How about this time? Will it be worth it now? Nope. I would have considered it worth it had I gotten a Screamer. Or had I not gotten Fireballed. Honestly, the more fireballs she does, the safer I am. Ooh, we got a double flip. Those don't happen often, and I don't have any antidotes. Nor herbal meds. So we just gotta deal with this. That poison did not last very long. And away she goes. Might as well give her some time to get to sleep. There we go. Bonk. Not just anyone's skull, but a master's skull? Oh. Oops. And let's just see whether or not he sinks. Yep. So we probably can't expect great things from him this time. Yeah, 2 Cenitars. One should be starting right through there. The other one probably starts down near base camp. This one's pretty big. Actually kind of helps me that he's so big because it means that I can evade a lot of his attacks by just walking through his legs. Okay, he is in trap mode. That's one claw down, so now he's going to be pissed off forever. Shame Challenger doesn't exist in this game. Hey, found the other one, and this one's almost dead. Hopefully that one waits to notice us until after. Oh. Yeah, don't notice us until we're done carving this one, please. Yeah, we've been noticed. Gotta love those carpsies. Ow. Also gotta love getting stabbed in the back. Good flinch. Got this one naked. Unfortunately, unlike in Rise, they don't just hang out while they're naked. They immediately leave the area to seek a new shell. Which means it's difficult to get them naked and actually exploit the weak point. Alright, what do we got? We got a conch. Right, they also leave the area after getting their new shell. And this one is also permanently enraged now. And it's also almost dead. I should let it get out of the lava before I actually kill it. There we go. Didn't get both claws, but I don't believe there's an additional reward for getting the second one. And even if there was, I wouldn't really need it. And sure enough, the one that I said was big was big. I don't remember what for, but I do recall having been after robust wyvern bones. I think it was for guts decos. Weirds me out that Kieran is the only Elder Dragon we've seen in here so far. I mean, Ash Lao, sure, but that doesn't even count. Doesn't even come close to counting. Let's get this garbage out of the way. Okay, so we got standard fish in here. It looks like it's leaving. Oh. We've traded fish. Yep, tasty, tasty frog right here, waiting for you. Oh. So who's going to get it first? Looks like standard fish won the frog race. Why'd I have to send it way over there? Dang it. This is going to be a little trickier if that one's over there just repeatedly spamming lasers while we're dealing with this one. I don't have done, so not much I can do about it. My only recourse is hope it stops or kill one faster. Oh, cool. The Sleepy Glide. Nice flinch. The Sleepy Glide again. I knew this quest was bad news. Simply put, we just don't want to deal with both fish at the same time. Okay, green fish is leaving, but is regular fish staying? Yes, regular fish is staying. Or no. Nope, I only delayed its departure. I'm just going to wait here until one of the fish decides to come back. Because screw going over there to hang out with both of them in one place. Of course, if one of them comes back here, the other one is likely to follow not long after. Not the one I was hoping for, but still, it is a fish. Not that hard to eat a frog, is it? It looks like the other fish just got here. Yep. Hey, Outlander. And yep, if there's one thing Plesioths can agree on, it's that they like to be a nuisance. They do not like to behave under any circumstance. Nice synchronized lasering. Cool, I dodged into the green hip check while trying to dodge away from the regular hip check. This is why we don't fight two fish in one place. The double glide. These two are oddly in sync. That shouldn't have hit me. I know these fish have... Whoops. Well, that was a waste of a precious Sonic Bomb. I know these fish have terrible hitboxes, but sometimes it really gets driven home. Into the water goes standard fish. And it looks like it's actually leaving. So we get to play with just one fish right now. I'll take that. Ow. If this fish was smaller, that wouldn't have hit me. This fish is so big I can't even reach its belly. Which is a shame because the belly is really soft. Ow. Also ow. And away it goes. But will it actually be leaving, or is it just taking a brief dip? Just a brief dip. Come on out. Fighting large Plesioths is a pain. They've got more HP, you can't hit their soft spots. Their attacks are all bigger, it's just... Some monsters, it's helpful fighting large ones, like Shogun Ceanataur, because then you can avoid many of its attacks by just walking through its legs. Large Plesioth? No, the entire fight gets worse. And it is made to take longer in two separate ways. And it's leaving. I don't think the other one is weak enough to be sleeping. In fact, now I know for a fact it isn't. But it spotted me before I could get the frog in the water, so, oh well. No fishing for me. Lost out on 2 large barrel bomb plus worth of damage there. Yes, your lasers are very fancy. Now get out of the water. I don't want to use this Sonic. It's the only one I have left. Just get out of the water, please. I beg you. Thank you, fish. See, this one I can at least reach its belly. Yes, Outlander, fishing up a Plesioth does 300 damage in this game. Also, apparently we broke his fin. Which is certainly easier to accomplish when you can actually reach its back. And it looks like we're probably going to end up honey negative for this quest unless I gather some more. Oh, great. Other fish is back. Get out of the water, standard fish. Out of the water or out of the area. Your choice. Just do one. Please? I don't care which. Out of the water or out of the area. Well, honestly, I would prefer out of the water. Yes, your lasers are very fancy. Now get where I can kill you. I can see your head fin is not fully extended. I know you're almost dead. Get out of the water so I can finish the job. Thank you. Yeah, Outlander, this is part of why I don't like Plesioth. It's great in 3U when you can go after it, but in any other game, it's never a pleasant time. The fight's not great, and the fact that it can just choose to stay in the water for however long it wants. Yeah. I would rather them never bring this fish back in a game without swimming. Now, do we get the free damage on the green Plesioth? Looks like we might. Come on, buddy. It's right there. It's right next to you. Just grab it. Thank you. Thank you for grabbing it before the Vespoid ruined everything, because it was seconds away from doing so. Still wish we didn't toss you all the way over here, but whatever. We take what we can get. And what we can get is 300 free damage. Well, not free. It cost a frog. Which might as well be free. no carts left. Yeah, Outlander, they are very similar noises. But that's honestly not a huge surprise considering Gen 2 and earlier Monster Hunter used a bunch of sounds from stock libraries. Leaving, are we? Shouldn't there be a sparkly around here? Oh well. Okay, it already knows we're here. No sense trying to frog. Oh, never mind. Suddenly, there is sense trying to frog it out. Of course, it's just going into deep water to waste our time right now, because that's a thing it's allowed to do. As for why it's allowed to do this, I don't know. Yeah, anytime you have to fight a Plesioth in a game that is not 3U or stories, it's not a fun time. See, that's a much better place for us to fish it out to, because we could actually reach the thing to do a combo on it. Ah yes, I love when the back end of the tail fin pulls me along for a hip check. Oh cool, is it lasers time? I bet it's lasers time. Whoops. Did not mean to actually leave the area. Come on out, fish. I can see you're almost dead. Let me make you all the way dead, please. I don't want to use this sonic bomb. Ooh, but they might have more for me in the supplies. I need to check when this thing's dead. Do a laser. That is not a laser. One hit away. It was one hit away from dead when it went back in the water. Never say no to free Sonics. Outlander, it was 20 minutes and 6 seconds. Those 6 seconds made all the difference in the world. But also, yeah, it's just any Plesioth quest feels longer than it is, because Plesioth sucks in this game. And I still have one more Plesioth quest in this tier because they love putting Plesioth into quests in this game. Yes, Outlander, I do in fact play hammers when switch axes aren't around. Gold small standard Plesioth. Nice. Yeah, hammer was always my secondary weapon. Like, I used hammer for my PC playthrough of Base Rise. And in Try, before Switch Axe got unlocked, I played hammer. So yeah, hammer's always been my second choice. And that means in this game, it's my first choice because there is no Switch Axe. Wait, we were already here. We were also already here. Yep, Lance does indeed have perfect attendance. So does Hammer, so I've always got something that I enjoy to play. I just don't always have my very favorite. You know, we haven't seen Hypnoc in the main series since this game, so I might as well fight one. Should I bring energy drinks? Well, too late now. Found it. What's a Hermitar doing in here? I mean, I guess, sure, there's water and puddles and stuff. It just feels weird having Hermitar in the Great Forest. It's not a map I associate with Hermitars. Yeah, I have a habit of every time there's a demo for a new game, I try out every weapon. And thus far, no weapon has completely outshone Switch Axe for me. I've never been able to get into lances, either of them. I remember my first introduction to Monster Hunter in general was the Monster Hunter Tri demo disc. And I remember reading on Game FAQ's message board that everyone was recommending that newcomers play Lance, because Lance was just the best weapon in the game. It can block, it can do a lot of damage. It's just so good. Why would you use anything else? So I tried using the Lance for my first experience in the Tri demo disc, my first experience with Monster Hunter in general, and go up against Great Jaggy and all the little Jaggies with the Lance, and ended up failing that quest because I didn't know how to use the weapon very well. I've never really had an affinity with weapons that do a whole lot of blocking in any game. Hell, even the original Smash Bros. It took me like years, and sure, I was a kid, but it took me years to actually start making use of the block button in Smash Bros. And also just the fact that there were a bunch of little Jaggies swarming me, and Lance is not particularly good at dealing with crowds of little monsters. And yeah, I did not have a good time with the Lance in the demo for Tri. So after that, I decided I'd try another weapon, see if I enjoyed something else more, and went and picked the weapon that I thought looked the coolest, and it was Switch Axe, and yeah, I enjoyed it quite a lot. There was no other weapon that I ended up enjoying nearly as much, though well, not nearly, but Hammer was close, but Switch Axe was my favorite of the weapons I tried, and so I determined I would use Switch Axe. Only to learn that Switch Axe is not available from the start of Monster Hunter Tri. You need to get a little ways through before it unlocks. So I used Hammer until Switch Axe did unlock. Great timing on that true health horn there, Cat. Really useful. Made the difference in whether or not I succeeded on this hunt. And yes, they did absolutely overuse the Bird Wyvern moveset in older games. Of course, they overused a lot of movesets. Monsters feel very samey in this game. It's always nice when the 2 ingredients you use every single time end up on top. Time for a pair of Gypseros. What makes herbal med? Is it cactus flower and bitterbug? It sure is. Oh, I did have antidotes when I was fighting the Rathian. Oh well. Yeah, it's... The gameplay of the Monster Hunter franchise varies dramatically, whether you're playing something, I'd say just Gen 2 and earlier versus Gen 3 and later. Though it can be argued that Gens 3 and 4 are closer to Gen 2 than they are to Gen 5. Yeah, things can change dramatically, but while we are less mobile and the monsters do more damage here in Gen 2, they're also freaking idiots, and their animations are very readable. Oh no, my hot drink. Like, we also have some attack animations where the attack starts on frame 1, which certainly doesn't help, but just in general, like, the amount of time it took this Gypseros to actually turn to face me, you don't get that kind of time lag between attacks in later games. It's higher pressure, even though the damage is lower. You know, something tells me this purple Gypseros is not dead yet. Maybe it's the fact that the paintball is still pink on the map. Or the fact that it was still very clearly enraged. See, this... it might be dead now. Also, I didn't break its crest despite having only hit its head. What gives, game? Now to play the game of Find the Other Gypseros, which is a legitimately tricky game with how often those things love to zone if they are not in combat. I recall I once spent 20 minutes searching a map for one of these stupid chickens. And who knows, I might just end up doing so again here. 'Cause I didn't bring Psycho Serum. legitimately, that 20-minute search for a Gypsaros that I once did is the reason that I started using auto tracker on my sets while playing through low rank and high rank. Oh, hey, look, there it is. No, no. Stay, please stay, please! Okay, you're going that way. Is it going to Area 9? Or is it going past Area 9? There's no telling, because this game... I miss Monster Hunter Try and Beyond, where you can tell just by looking at a monster's shadow where it's going, because it's always going straight to its destination instead of taking the bizarre trips that the monsters sometimes take in this game. But hey, thankfully this one stuck around where I thought it might have been going. And it is going, hopefully, to die here. Hey, Cloudfeather, yes, you can wave at the balloon in this one if the balloon is present. Though I did look in the sky and it is not present on this particular quest right now. Finally, it tries to flash again. It weirds me out that since I have stun res, the flash can't stun me, but it still flinches me. Yeah, Outlander, I personally think that if we want tracking monsters to be a gameplay mechanic, the way to do it was probably use Monster Hunter World Scout Flies for if you haven't found the monster yet. Like, if the monster has not been detected, you have no idea where it is, just have something that can let you find some tracks that'll actually lead you to where it is to begin with. But then, once you've actually found the thing, I mean, if you want it to be a mechanic, paintballs from that point on, sure, I guess. I feel like, yeah, just, it would be cool if we could not have to rely on scout flies to find tracks for monsters. Like, if it was just the tracks were always there and would always lead you to the monsters, and if you knew where to look for specific monsters, then you could find a trail that will lead you straight to them. That would be pretty cool. But then once you're in combat, honestly, I feel like once you've found the monster, just have it on the map. I think World is the closest we got to having monster tracking be interesting and a fun mechanic. I don't super miss monster tracking being a thing in Rise. Like, yeah, a little bit, but honestly, being able to just go straight to the monster is totally A-okay in my book. I think, like, Monster Hunter 3U, where if you knew how a monster functioned, like, you could look at it as it's leaving and know exactly where it's going, because it's going to point you in exactly the direction it's going. It's not going to do any curves along the way. It's just going to go straight where it's pointing. Like, yeah, that way it feels like your knowledge of the monster, not the game character's knowledge of the monster, is what determines whether or not you can follow the thing. But the initial finding of the monster with no clues whatsoever, yeah, that's not ideal. So we need something to let us find the monster initially, and then if they want to swap over to just personal skill after that, I'm fine with it. Like, Blinganga here, I'm actually totally fine with not having any clues as to how to find it. Because once you know about Blinganga and you know that it lives in the snowy places, there's only 4 parts of this map that it can be in, and 3 of them are directly connected to one another. So, like, finding a Blinganga is easy. Finding a flying wyvern or a bird wyvern that can be in any area on the map that flies from area to area and that does not hold still, that is where things get a little bit problematic in the, oh, just find it. I'd love to just find it, but they don't want me to. Like, hell, make it so that a monster's got, like, 3 favorite places that it goes to. And those are the only 3 places that it goes to before it is actually in combat. And even that would be better than this. Like, they could just use the old paintball system and just make it so that every monster has only 3 places it can be before being encountered. And that way, there would still be an element of the player learning the monster's habits, and it would make at least that somewhat interesting. Ah, dang. Bull drum's not actually going through, it's stopping here. Yeah, I think there's actually value in learning a monster's habits like that, instead of just relying on the UI saying, monster this way. But that would also make it feel a little less realistic if the monster just... Like, if it doesn't roam its whole territory and just is like, hey, I like these 3 areas. It's good for gameplay. It's not so good for world building. It's a hard balance to strike, making something that feels good gameplay-wise and doesn't cheapen the world. You want it to feel good gameplay-wise, but not feel like it's specifically gameplay. You don't want it to feel video gamey, but you want it to be a fun video game. It's a hard line to walk. Still weird that Blangonga's hitboxes are better in this game than they are in GU. Looks like he's leaving. Gamer Plus EM, I don't speak Spanish, so I would not be playing a game with only Spanish and no English. Yeah, Blangonga mostly only summons Blangos at the moment he gets enraged. He'll sometimes do it in between, but not nearly as often as he could. And also, if all the Blangos he could summon are dead, well, he just doesn't get any more Blangos. Which I appreciate. Like, once they despawn, he can get a new one, but if their corpse is still around, then that slot is full. I appreciate that this Bulldrome apparently can't see us. Yes, walk right on through. Goodbye, Bulldrome. Something that's always fascinated me about the Blangos is that they can throw snowballs at you, but only if a Blangonga summoned them. A Blango that was just there by itself, no snowballs. But if a Blangonga summoned it, then it can throw a snowball. Yeah, Outlander, this game does in fact still require fire to break Blangonga's teeth. Or ice to break a copper Blangonga's teeth. Ouch. There. Pig no longer a concern. So that was a case of him trying to summon Blangos when not enraged. Though it seems to have not worked. Though it actually might have something to do with there being a Bulldrome on the map. Because that is one thing about quests with multiple monsters on the map in this game. If there are multiple monsters in an area, it makes all the small monsters despawn. So it wouldn't surprise me if Monster Hunter DOS never had two large monsters in an area at the same time. Because, yeah, the Gen 2 engine just, it clearly struggled with that sort of thing. There is nothing wrong with chatting about Monster Hunter in a Monster Hunter stream. You are perfectly welcome to talk about Monster Hunter DOS. It's interesting learning about the similarities and differences between DOS and the Gen 2 games that came after. And now we got a Blango. Just one, though. I forget which one it was, but one of the Gen 2 openings, maybe it was Dose, showed a hammer user giving a Blanganga a very painful-looking bash in the ribs. And, you know, it made me always think that it just seemed right to use hammers against Blangangas. Only later would I learn that Blanganga's entire body is a cut weak zone. Its entire body is not an impact weak zone. There are parts of its body that are, but not its entire body. Yeah, back in ye olden days when Lance just picked whichever hit zone value was better. But in exchange, you have a tougher time dealing with all the small monsters that are everywhere in Gen 2, and that have no chill whatsoever. Like, sure, your attacks, they pick whatever hit zone value's best, but they're very linear, and they do not have chunky hitboxes. I like how the Blanganga spotted me while flying over this cave. Oh yeah, little crabs are awful. And when Cephalos decide that they want to be a problem, they will be a problem. And that was one hit after he got in here. We almost got him before he could leave. Yeah, the main problem with Cephalos when they decide to be a problem is that they actually take effort to bring down. gathering at an egg spot. I want an egg. He was a big boy. And I did not realize what time it was. So that Blangonga is going to have to be the last hunt. So I'm just going to finish gathering my mushrooms here, and then we'll call it a stream. Yeah, Vespoids are mostly a problem when you're trying to do things like fish up a Plesioth, in which case they can and will ruin everything. Oh yeah. This was a nice, comfy little stream. Annoying that I had to deal with Plesioths, but that's just how things go sometimes. And anyway, thanks folks for dropping by to watch and chat and all of that. And I will see you on either Thursday or Friday, not sure which yet. One of the two. I'll see you on one of those days for something. I don't know. See you then, friends.